Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I organize all of my products. As somebody who produces lots of stuff from their animals, such as sheepskins, fireballs, felted fleece rugs, skulls, as well as I offer raw fleece, organization is something that I really prioritize to keep everything very neat and tidy, as well as very easy to find. Right now I am inside our soap shop, so my mom makes lots of soap from our animal products, and this is where she makes all of her products and stores it. I've been very fortunate that there is some additional space in here, so this is ultimately has become a place where I do a little bit of my tanning with my hides, as well as I can store lots of my products after they are finished and they are ready to go. This is a very nice spot. I can keep everything very organized and tidy, as well as everything stays clean and there is no animals that may be getting into it as if it were to be inside a utility shed or something like that. Right now in here I have my skirted wool, as well as I have my finished sheepskins up on a rack. I have my wool dryer ball kits, I have some of my finished skulls, and then I also just have some of my tools that I use for tanning, and then I have some sheepskins as well that are unfinished and just salted that are ready to go. I'm going to show you guys kind of how I keep everything organized and how everything is tidy and very easy to find. Okay, so first off, this is where all my wool is. So currently I have 6 bins of my skirted wool. This stuff is all stuff that is already listed on my website and ready to go. I have it all organized based off of breed. Right here is all of my Navajo Churro wool, and then in the lower bins, which I'll show you after, is all of my Icelandic wool. I have the name of the animal on a little sticky note on here, as well as the time of year that they were sheared, as well as the year that they were sheared. This is just a way that if somebody orders a fleece, I can look at the bin and I can go, okay, this lady ordered nose spring fleece from 2025. I can look at what I have on the sticky notes and it's easy for me to find versus needing to go and dig through to find the fleeces. Recently I've gone through every single bag of wool that I have had. I have been hoarding my wool for like 2.5, 3 years. It has just piled up greatly. I ended up going through a lot. There was lots that I needed to get rid of because some of it is ultimately too dirty to skirt and then sell to people to process it into things. I had some of those fleeces that were just sitting in there and some mice had got into it in the shed that they were in. So I now am down to only 7 fleeces left to skirt, which feels amazing. I'm almost fully caught up, and then I'm ready for this fall shearing, which will be here before we know it because time is flying by super fast these days. You can see I've got my 4 kind of containers here and then the 2 right here. Here is my wool. So you can see right here I have the names of all the sheep as well as the time that they were sheared. And if I go to each one, they all have that as well. And if we move over to the Icelandics, they're also organized the same way as the other ones. This is all the wool I still have to sort through. This is one of my favorites. This is Belle, and she is Rito Arcots. Super crimpy and very gorgeous. Right here is Magenta. So this is Navajo Churro. You can see how long and gorgeous these locks are. This is Sunshine, so this is also Navajo Churro. There's a lot of white fleeces to go through, but I really like white because it gives you the option to dye it if you want, which is really good for different yarns. This one is another Navajo Churro. This is from Ronin, one of my fiber weathers. So those are just a few of the fleeces I still have to sort through, but once those are done, then they will get added to these bins. Right here in the corner is where I keep all of my sheepskins once they are finished. Tucked right next to the finished sheepskins is a pile of salted sheepskins that I need to still tan. This is just a few of them. I have a few more tucked in the back of the garage as well. The sheepskins are on a stand. My dad and I built this stand for my markets that I go to, which is really nice. It means that the sheepskins can be off the table or the ground. I can keep them all nicely tucked onto hangers. I have a felted fleece rug tucked right there, and then behind it, that black one is also a sheepskin. This can fit a few more sheepskins on it as well. I think it could fit up to 8 sheepskins, so this is really nice. I can hang them, and it's nice and small, just tucked right in the corner right here. And these are just in a bin, so I keep all of them in their own bags with the names of the sheep on them. These ones I need to come back to and finish this summer. This stand is not pretty, but it works really well and it gets the job done. So you can see right here, this is like the middle shelf. It has all of my skulls on it. The skulls all just stay right in here, and this is very nice. I can keep them all organized here. On the top shelf, this is where I store all of my dryer ball kits. So I have them all each color coordinated. I've got each row is a different color. The lower 2 shelves, I have all of my tanning stuff. Here is bins for me to store the sheepskins in after I wash them. Down here is all of my salt. I have another bag of salt tucked a little bit in the corner. Also in here, you can buy these little tubs at any feed store. They work really great for 4-H, for showing animals. That's what I've used them for. As well as they work really nice for all of my tanning stuff, and I've used these also for lambing. In this one, I've got garbage bags. These are for when I'm skirting wool. I can transfer them into clear bags so I can see them and I can label them nicely. I've got some cardboard to start my fire for smoking, as well as I have a lighter in there. Under it is the tarp for smoking hides. This is kind of the finishing kind of stuff for the hides, versus this one is kind of all the like beginning stuff. You can see I've got some brushes in here. I've got tools for stretching. This little container is for salt. The Dawn is obviously for washing the hides. You can see I've got some yarn in there. I think I've got some bungee cords tucked underneath. This is all kind of the actual processing side of things. And then on the top, that sheepskin needs to be washed before it's finished. It's already been smoked and brushed. And then to the right of it, you can see that little tiny little metal tray that has some tanning books in there that I take to the markets with me. This is a funny little pile right here. These are all my sheepskins that are ready to be smoked and finished. So I have 4 in this pile that need to be brushed, and then I can smoke them. This is kind of the area that most of my products do stay. However, I do have some stuff inside of the house. We have some organization, and we call it the back room of our house. It's an addition onto our house. I have the wool that I'm keeping to wash, so the stuff that is in there that has been skirted and cleaned, it's ready to be washed and then carded for me to make into my dryer balls. I have my finished dryer balls, as well as I have some packaging stuff. So I've got my little postcards that I tuck into each package that goes as a little thank you. I've got business cards and stickers. I have my carder in there, and I have my box picker, and just kind of little things that kind of go along with this stuff. This is more the big stuff that kind of needs a little bit bigger of an area. This works really well, and it's very organized and tidy, and I really like it. I'm usually a very tidy person. I do say that, however, if you were to go in my room, it's very messy, but I like my stuff to be still at a spot where I can find it and it's very easily accessible, which this stuff really is. Makes it very nice for me to find and work around. This is what I got going around here. That's my little product organization. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, as well as you can find me on all social medias, which I will add at the end of this video.